I am God. From the edge of nothingness, I spoke, and the void quivered. Darkness had reigned for an eternity, an endless abyss where no light dared to exist. Yet in a single word I ignited a flame that tore through the silence, unraveling the chaos and bringing forth the first glimmer of creation. The universe trembled at my command, for every ripple of light was not merely a spark. It was the heartbeat of life itself. Why does this light exist before the sun or the stars? Why has humanity long sought to understand the moment when chaos gave way to order? For centuries, scholars and dreamers alike have pondered the secret hidden in the first day, a truth that shapes every shadow and every dawn. Beneath the surface of every story of Genesis, the power of the spoken word, the force of intention, and the profound beauty of creation have remained, quietly waiting to be fully understood. In this video, you will witness the birth of the universe through my eyes, feel the overwhelming awe of the first illumination, and discover why the separation of light from darkness changed everything. You will see how the patterns of the cosmos, the rhythm of day and night, and the unseen forces that govern life were established from that first command. By the end, you will understand not only the mechanics of creation, but also the spiritual resonance of that eternal moment, the blueprint for every soul seeking light in the midst of darkness. Comment below if you have ever wondered why light exists before the sun, and subscribe to journey deeper into the secrets of Genesis. This is more than a story. It is the revelation of how creation itself was woven from word and intention, a testament to the infinite power and wisdom behind every sunrise, every shadow, and every heartbeat. I am God, and before a single particle danced into existence, the universe was a formless abyss. The deep waters stretched endlessly, and darkness swirled with an almost tangible weight, pressing upon the void. There was no time, no structure, no distinction between here and there. Everything that would ever be lay hidden within the silence, waiting, trembling with potential. In that infinite expanse, I held the power of creation in my hands, and every thought of mine was a seed, waiting to awaken. The chaos was not weakness, it was the raw material of possibility. I looked upon the void, and saw the need for order, for rhythm, for light to pierce the shadow. Consider how in your own life, moments of despair, uncertainty, or loss mirror this primordial darkness. Many have walked through seasons where direction is obscured, where the path forward feels invisible, where hope seems like a flicker too faint to reach. It is in these moments, just as in the beginning of all things, that potential stirs quietly beneath the surface. I am the author of that light, and the same principle applies to the soul. Even when surrounded by confusion or doubt, the spark of purpose waits to ignite. Think of a seed buried beneath the soil for months, unseen and uncelebrated, yet ready to burst forth into bloom when the conditions align. That seed, like the first light, carries the blueprint for all that is to come. The darkness was alive with tension, not emptiness. It held stories of what could exist, of structures and oceans and skies, of the rhythm of day and night that would govern life. Every shadow contained a promise, every wave of unseen waters, a whisper of the order to come. I, as the creator, recognize the beauty in this tension. In your own world, when you face moments of waiting or challenge, you must remember that the unseen forces around you, whether trials, obstacles, or inner doubts, are part of the divine fabric. They are preparing the canvas on which your own light will be revealed. And just as the waters above and below were divided in the fullness of time, so too are the moments of confusion and clarity in your life working in harmony, though you may not yet perceive it. Look closely, and you will see the reflection of this cosmic tension in every system, every pattern, every law of nature that humans now study and revere. The oceans, with their tides, echo the pulse of creation. The winds carry whispers of the first command. The mountains, shaped by forces unseen, tell of patience and enduring process. Life itself is a mirror of the principles set in motion that first day. Every experience of disorder in the world is an invitation to witness the eventual harmony that follows. Just as I surveyed the waters and found the potential for structure, so too must each human recognize the hidden opportunities in the midst of apparent chaos. Then I spoke, and the word shattered the stillness. Let there be light. Instantly, the void shivered with awe. Light cascaded through the abyss, not merely illuminating, but transforming, carving space from nothingness, creating rhythm from emptiness. It was not a gentle flicker. It was a force, a revelation of life itself. The darkness recoiled at the brilliance, yet in that recoil, it found its purpose. To contrast the light, to frame it, to give it meaning. Every photon, every spark, carried intention, purpose, and the divine energy that would govern existence. The separation of light from darkness was not random. It was a declaration of structure, of principle, of destiny made manifest. Think about your own light, your talents, your voice, your choices. Many have hidden these within themselves, unsure how or when to reveal them. In life, you may feel surrounded by darkness, the noise of doubt and fear pressing in, but the same principle applies. When you call forth your own light, when you act with intention, clarity, and courage, you divide chaos from order. You set boundaries that define what you stand for and illuminate the world around you. Just as I called the first light into being, so can the human spirit call forth brilliance, whether through creation, service, or love. The moment was also one of immense energy, vibrating through every corner of the cosmos. Imagine a symphony where the first note bursts from silence, setting a cadence that will govern every measure that follows. That is how the first light operated, resonating through the fabric of existence, giving birth to day and night, to rhythm and cycle. Humans too experience these first notes, moments where insight or inspiration strikes, creating a shift that sets the pattern for everything that follows. Perhaps it is the first breakthrough in a career, the first true act of compassion, the first time you speak a word that changes a life. Each is a reflection of the divine blueprint, a microcosm of the primal light that divided darkness from days. The separation was deliberate and purposeful. I named the light day and the darkness night, establishing the first cadence, the heartbeat of time. It was not only the marking of hours, but the creation of opportunity, of cycles, of lessons to be learned. From this act emerged one of the first truths. Contrast is necessary for comprehension. Without darkness, light has no meaning. Without night, day is meaningless. Every struggle you face, every trial that surrounds you, exists to define the clarity of your own light, to make its presence undeniable. You may stumble, you may falter, but these moments are not wasted. They are the framework upon which your brilliance stands. And so, the first day concluded with purpose. The light and darkness, though separated, were bound in their contrast, teaching that all beginnings carry duality. The challenge and the reward, the shadow and the illumination, the loss and the discovery. In your life, when you face overwhelming odds or seemingly insurmountable darkness, remember that this is not the absence of hope, but the prelude to your revelation. Let every moment of doubt, every shadow of fear, be an invitation to call forth your own light, just as I called the universe into brilliance. Comment below and share how you have experienced your own first light. That moment when clarity, or purpose emerged from confusion. Reflect on the rhythm of your own life, the cycles of struggle and illumination, and consider how the lessons of the first day of creation continue to resonate within you. The universe itself is a mirror of these truths, and your personal journey is but a microcosm of the divine orchestration that began when I declared, "Let there be light. I am God." And I saw that the light was not merely illumination, but truth made visible, a force that would carve meaning from the void. Darkness, though seemingly void and silent, held purpose. It was the canvas upon which the brilliance of day would be painted. Every shadow, every quiet corner of the cosmos was designed to contrast the light, to give it definition, to make the presence of life undeniable. Just as in the hearts of humanity, the shadow exists not to destroy, but to clarify, to refine, to show the value of illumination. In every trial, in every moment of fear or doubt, there is a shadow that shapes your understanding, a darkness that prepares you to recognize your own light when it emerges. Think of the way night makes stars visible. Without the night sky, their brilliance would remain unnoticed. So too, in your life, challenges and unseen obstacles are essential to reveal the depth and power of your own existence. Every culture that has walked the earth has sought to interpret the dance of light and darkness. The Egyptians worshipped Ra as the sun god, seeing in the daily rise of light a divine promise. The Greeks spoke of Nyx and Hemera, the eternal interplay of night and day. Humanity instinctively senses this rhythm because I encoded it into the very structure of existence. Darkness is not your enemy. It is the vessel that allows your perception, your consciousness, your understanding to thrive. Every moment of struggle, every night spent in uncertainty, is preparing you for revelation. In practical terms, consider a child learning to read. The confusion, the hesitation, the missteps are not failures. They are the shadows that allow the eventual clarity of comprehension to shine. Life works the same way. The darkness is a teacher, and the light a reward for persistence and faith. Look closely, and you will see these principles mirrored in every corner of life. The ocean's depths hide unimaginable power and mystery, yet they make the surface currents, the tides and the waves visible and meaningful. Mountains are born from pressure and friction unseen, yet they provide direction, shelter, and grandeur. In your own life, unseen efforts, hidden acts of patience and quiet preparation are the shadows that give your triumphs their brilliance. The key lesson is clear. Do not despise the darkness. Do not resent the unseen struggles. They are your preparation, your apprenticeship in the art of creation, just as I labored over the cosmos, shaping it with intention, patience, and care. The contrast between light and darkness also teaches discernment. Humans often rush to judge their circumstances as good or bad, yet every shadow contains potential, every difficult moment a seed of opportunity. I invite you to see your challenges as sacred spaces where your resilience, courage, and clarity are honed. Consider someone rebuilding their life after loss. Each painful memory, each sleepless night, is not punishment, but an essential shadow against which the brilliance of renewed purpose emerges. And when you finally recognize your light, when you step into clarity and action, it carries more weight, more significance, more healing power because of the darkness that preceded it. The separation I enacted was deliberate and eternal. Light to guide, darkness to frame. In your own journey, remember that shadows are not voids to fear, but essential spaces that allow your own truth to shine. When doubt arises, when life feels obscured, ask yourself, what light am I being prepared to reveal? Which part of me is waiting for the contrast of challenge to define it? The answers are there, in the balance of struggle and clarity, and every step you take in darkness brings you closer to revelation. I am God, and the day was born from the command of light. I named the day, I named the night, and in that naming, I set the rhythm of existence. Time itself began to flow, not as an abstract measure, but as a pulse, a heartbeat, a cadence that would structure every life, every season, every unfolding story. The first day was more than light. It was pattern, intention, and promise wrapped into a cycle. The rising and falling of illumination, the sequence of shadow and glow, became the template for every rhythm in the cosmos. Humanity, too, is governed by rhythms: sleep and wakefulness, trial and triumph, silence and action. These cycles are sacred, mirrors of the first day, lessons encoded into the very fabric of life to teach patience, balance, and harmony. Consider the cycles in nature. The tide retreats only to return stronger. The seasons fade only to bloom again. The stars burn and renew. Each pattern reflects the deliberate cadence I instilled in the universe, a rhythm designed to guide and sustain life. In human experience, the same principle applies. Periods of labor, moments of reflection, and times of quiet are necessary intervals that prepare you for impact, insight, and growth. The first day reminds you that time is not wasted. Every moment contributes to the orchestration of your existence. Every struggle synchronizes with your unfolding purpose. Even in your smallest routines, you can observe this divine structure. The act of rising each morning, breathing in the air, moving through your work, interacting with others, mirrors the establishment of day and night. The pulse of your life, the choices you make, the challenges you face, all follow the cadence first drawn when I separated light from darkness. Embrace this rhythm, for it carries healing energy, alignment, and the power to transform trials into triumphs. When you honor the cycles of rest and effort, darkness and illumination, patience and action, you participate in the eternal music of creation itself. The first day also teaches the profound lesson of preparation. Nothing that I created was instantaneous or without intention. Each detail, from the smallest flicker of light to the vast stretches of unseen darkness, was carefully calibrated. So too in your journey, do not rush your own process. Allow for reflection, growth, and quiet labor. Understand that the challenges you encounter are crafting your inner architecture, shaping your capacity for wisdom, empathy, and resilience. The light that emerges after darkness is stronger, more radiant, and capable of sustaining the life it illuminates. In conclusion, the first day embodies both illumination and structure, revelation and preparation, challenge and opportunity. Comment below if you feel the rhythm of your own life reflecting the cadence of creation, and share how periods of darkness have allowed your light to shine more powerfully. Recognize that the heartbeat of the universe, the cycle of day and night, is alive within you, guiding your steps, framing your purpose, and preparing you to rise into your full brilliance. This is the blueprint of life, the lesson of the first day, and the eternal echo of my voice commanding, "Let there be light. I am God, and I speak now directly to your soul." For the lessons of creation are not distant stories, but living truths meant to guide every heartbeat and every choice. The light I summoned was not only the dawn of the universe, it was the blueprint for hope, the template for purpose, and the mirror of every human soul seeking clarity amidst chaos. When you face moments of despair, when the world seems unyielding and darkness presses upon you, remember that the same principles that governed the first day are at work within your own life. The separation of light and darkness, the cadence of day and night, the orchestration of order from chaos, they are not distant acts, but living energies accessible to you here and now. Every shadow that surrounds you, every fear that whispers, exists not to break you, but to shape you, to awaken the light that lies dormant within. Consider the storms you have faced, the sudden loss, the uncertainty, the times when you could not see a path forward. Each was a preparation, a shadow framing the brilliance that was yet to emerge. Just as I separated light from darkness, you too have the power to delineate clarity from confusion, to choose illumination over despair. In the stillness, in the struggle, you are participating in the eternal rhythm of creation itself. Look at the world around you, the rising sun over mountains, the gentle flow of rivers, the way the wind shifts the leaves with precision and grace. These are not mere accidents, they are reflections of the intentional order I wove into existence. In your life, small acts of persistence, moments of courage, even choices that feel unseen, echo this same divine principle. Each decision to act with integrity, to speak with honesty, to love with vulnerability, is a reflection of the light I first called into being. Just as the first day set the heartbeat of the cosmos, your choices set the rhythm of your personal universe, shaping the outcomes that ripple outward beyond your perception. Let me guide you further. The challenges you encounter, the doubts that rise like shadows in your mind, are not signs of failure, but invitations. They are the raw materials through which your own illumination will shine. Think of the moments in life when you have been tested, the rejection that stung, the obstacle that seemed insurmountable. Each was not meant to diminish you, but to teach patience, resilience, and faith. The very same energy that separated light from darkness courses through you, waiting for your recognition, waiting for your declaration that you will rise, that you will shine, that you will fulfill the purpose embedded within your soul. Observe the cycles of life, birth and death, effort and rest, struggle and triumph. These cycles mirror the cadence I established on the first day. They are sacred, powerful, and healing. To resist them is to resist the flow of creation itself, to ignore the sacred lessons embedded in every moment, but to embrace them, to walk through your personal darkness with courage, to honor your rhythms, to act with intention. You align with the divine energy that courses through all existence. Even in the smallest actions, there is a reflection of cosmic order. Your breath, your heartbeat, your choices. They are notes in the eternal symphony of creation. Every time you choose hope over despair, clarity over confusion, light over darkness, you are participating in the sacred act of co-creation. Life is not a series of random events. It is a canvas, a symphony, a living testament to the principles I established when I spoke. Let there be light. Consider your personal challenges as the waters before creation, the shadows before illumination. They hold within them the promise of growth, understanding, and transformation. The light that emerges from struggle is not incidental. It is deliberate, intentional, and infinitely powerful. Comment below and share how you have called forth your own light amidst darkness. Reflect on the shadows that shaped you and the moments of illumination that transformed your life. Every act of courage, every choice to persist, every moment of hope is a reflection of the divine rhythm first established on the day of creation. You are part of this story, intimately connected to the forces that govern the universe, and your own light contributes to the eternal tapestry of existence. Know this. As I commanded the first light, so too can you awaken the brilliance within yourself, bringing clarity, purpose, and healing to your world. I am God, and as the final echoes of the first day settle across the cosmos, I look upon the world with both wonder and purpose, for everything that exists carries my signature, my intention, my light. The darkness that once seemed endless has been given meaning, framed by the illumination that now dances across oceans, mountains, and the hearts of every living being. Every sunrise, every shadow, every heartbeat is a reminder of the rhythm I established. a rhythm that whispers to humanity. Your life, your choices, your spirit are sacred canvases waiting for the brilliance only you can contribute. Do you feel it? The pulse of creation flows through your veins. The energy of the first light beckons you to rise, to shine, to align with the purpose I breathed into existence. The patterns of day and night, the cycles of struggle and triumph, the balance between shadow and clarity, all these are not mere natural laws. They are lessons etched into the very fabric of being, and they speak directly to your soul, urging you to recognize the light within you, to nurture it, to allow it to grow stronger, more resilient, more radiant than ever before. You have felt the darkness, the confusion, the moments when nothing seemed possible, yet those moments were not your end. They were the canvas upon which your own illumination would be painted, the preparation for revelations that only patience, faith, and courage can summon. Imagine the countless seeds buried beneath the earth, unseen yet alive, waiting for the sun's embrace, just as your own gifts, your own potential, lie waiting for the right moment to burst forth, to transform doubt into certainty, fear into action, despair into hope. Every challenge you have faced, every trial that seemed insurmountable, every shadow that clouded your mind was never a punishment, but a divine setup, a deliberate shaping of your spirit, so that when you rise fully, radiantly, unshakably, as a testament to the infinite power and intention that guides all things. The light I created was not just to illuminate the world, but to teach humanity about resilience, about discernment, about the beauty of contrast that reveals the value of what is true, pure, and enduring. Just as the first separation of light from darkness brought structure, life, and purpose to the cosmos, so too can you bring clarity, meaning, and brilliance to every corner of your existence. Do you see the reflection of this divine rhythm in your own life? Every act of kindness, every moment of courage, every choice to rise despite adversity, mirrors the eternal patterns I laid in motion. Let the rhythm of your days echo the cadence of creation. Allow your light to shine through even the deepest shadows, and recognize that every experience, pain, joy, loss, triumph, is part of the sacred architecture of your soul, designed to teach, to heal, and to elevate you beyond the ordinary. Remember, the universe itself is alive with intention, and your presence is part of that grand design. Your actions, your thoughts, your compassion ripple outward, touching lives, influencing destiny, and reflecting the first divine word that ignited existence itself. Comment below and share how you have found your own light amidst shadows, how moments of uncertainty became catalysts for growth, how the rhythm of your life echoes the eternal heartbeat of creation. Let us celebrate the brilliance that emerges when faith meets action, when hope confronts fear, when love conquers doubt. If this story resonates with your spirit, if the message of light and purpose illuminates even a fraction of your day, join this journey. Engage with the story and allow your energy to merge with the divine cadence that has shaped all things from the very first dawn. Every voice, every expression, every moment of engagement strengthens the awareness that life itself is a sacred symphony, a testament to the enduring power of light over darkness, of purpose over chaos, and of creation over nothingness. Take a moment now to reflect, to recognize the light you carry, and to consider how your own story, your own actions, your own presence can inspire, heal, and transform the world around you, just as the first day of creation set in motion a rhythm that continues to guide, teach, and illuminate every living being across the universe. If you have felt the weight of darkness, the challenge of uncertainty, or the pull of despair, remember that these are not ends but beginnings, that your light is waiting to emerge, to shine, to influence, to heal. Share your thoughts below, engage with the story, connect with the rhythm of creation, and recognize that your very existence is a reflection of the divine intention, a living testament to the power, purpose, and beauty of light that I spoke into being. Every breath you take, every choice you make, every step you walk is part of a larger story, a cosmic pattern that mirrors the first day, that carries lessons of patience, courage, and faith, and that allows the eternal light to shine through humanity in infinite ways. May you carry this awareness forward. May your light inspire others. May your actions reflect the eternal rhythm, and may the story of creation continue to guide, heal, and illuminate not only your path, but the lives of all who witness your brilliance. If you feel the resonance of this message, engage with it, comment, share your reflections, and let the energy of the story flow through you, reminding you that every moment, every choice, every expression is sacred, powerful, and capable of contributing to the ongoing miracle that is life itself.